Okay.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. So this year we are again back with InSCIgnis, which is the Science Fest of Tezpur University, InSCIgnis 2022, with the motto of Science Beyond Myths. And this event that we are going to organize is the second annual Open Math Quiz, which is presented by Gonit Sora. And the quiz master for this quiz is Honorable Dr. Vinay Upadhyay. And we have with us Dr. Manjil Saikia, which is our beloved senior from Tezpur University. So yeah, we are into. I have personally been into quizzing from my childhood days, and so Pragyan and we have met Manjil previously before, like for so many quizzes. So yeah, hoping for a good quiz. Thank you.
Thank you, Manas. So welcome everyone to this prelims of the maths quiz. I'm very pleased that we have been able to be in association with InSCIgnis for this second annual mathematics open quiz. Due to certain reasons, we could not organize it towards the end of last year. So we are organizing it in the first part of this year. So without much delay, let me introduce our quiz master. We have today Dr. Vinay Upadhyay, who is a renowned quizzer and quizmaster, not only from the northeast part, but as well as in all over India. He has conducted quizzes. He is a doctor by profession. He is a resident biochemist in Shillong, and previously he was at Assam Medical College and Hospital in Dibrugarh. Dr. Upadhyay is also the founder of Curiosity, which is a quizzing group from Assam, and they have organized hundreds of quizzes in different places of Assam, Northeast, as well as in other places of India. So I'm very pleased, and it's also an honor for us that Dr. Upadhyay has agreed to host a quiz, and now I give the floor to Dr. Upadhyay to conduct the quiz.
Thank you, Manjil. Thank you for your kind words of introduction. Thank you to Gonit Sora and to InSCIgnis, who have given me this opportunity to conduct this second annual mathematics quiz. It's been a long time since I have been a mathematics student. Well, it would be more than 2 decades, I guess, since I studied mathematics as such. So, well, I have tried my best to formulate a quiz for you that would be enjoyable to people who are not exactly from mathematical backgrounds, who may have a rudimentary knowledge of mathematics also, people basically like me. I hope you will enjoy the quiz, and basically it's an easy quiz, I think, and I think it would be a high scoring affair. So I think we have already around 66 participants, of which probably at least more than 60 would be contestants. So I'll start my screen sharing. I'll stop my video. It's not necessary that you be on video. Your video can be closed, no issue. So let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, so welcome to the second annual math quiz. The first edition of this quiz was a great success. I had the opportunity of participating in it, though I couldn't qualify, and it was a really nice experience going through the questions afterwards. So we are already, I think, 5 minutes late, so we won't take much time, and we'll start with the rules of the quiz. Okay, so Manjil, please stop people from entering. Okay, now.
Okay, the meeting has been locked.
Okay, so and in case you have a call drop or something, so if you lose connection, then you will need to message Manjil privately on WhatsApp so that he may let you in. Okay, in case it happens. So rules, there are 20 questions to be attempted in batches of 5. So basically there would be 4 Google form links that will be shared to you on chat. Okay, and like question number 1 to 5 would be in one Google form, 6 to 10 would be in the second one, 11 to 15 in the third one, and 16 to 20 in the fourth one. So it's better if you open your chat boxes. Then the first link will be pasted. You have to open it and then enter the particulars. Okay, so you have to switch between the Zoom chat here and the Google form basically. So the question will be asked here in the Zoom platform, and then you will have to go and write your answer there basically. So after a question has been asked by the quiz master, so once I have finished reading the question, I'll give you a time of only 15 seconds. Okay, after 15 seconds have elapsed, I will move on to the next question. Okay, after the last question has been asked, that is in batches of 5. So if the 5th question has been asked, then after that I'll give you a further time of 10 seconds, after which I'll request Dr. Manjil to stop accepting the entries. Okay, and he will stop the Google form from accepting responses. So you need to submit your answers before that. Okay, in that time period only. It is the responsibility of the participant to answer in the correct order. The correct answers written for a different question by mistake will be treated as incorrect. Question numbers 1, 7, 10, 14 and 20 are starred. In case of a tie, we will look into these questions. Questions requiring 2 answers have been marked 0.5 plus 0.5. So it is marked 0.5 and 0.5 in the answer sheets that you will get, that you will open once the link has been given to you. If tie persists, sudden death shall be employed. That is, we will start from question number 1 and check the answer sheets of the people who are part of the tie and see who has made the first mistake. Otherwise, there are no negative markings as such. In case tie still persists, we shall have a tiebreaker on the buzzer just before the finals of the quiz, that is tomorrow, if we fail to break the tie even with the sudden death. The top 8 participants will play in the finals tomorrow. And while the answers will be given immediately after we finish it, we will again run this PPT and we will give you the answers. The results after, it will take us some time to scrutinize the results. So 60 plus candidates, I think will take around maybe 2 hours or more. So the results will be mailed to you, maybe posted in the WhatsApp group also. And by participating in this quiz, you agree that you will not use any kind of unfair means during the quiz, and if found so, you will be summarily disqualified. Phonetically correct answers will be acceptable, and you are requested to keep your mic on mute. Okay, so if you have any queries, please type it out on the chat very fast. Yeah, and I'll give you 1 minute. If you have any queries, any negative marking, no, there is no negative marking, but in case there is the start questions fail to resolve a tie, then we'll go for sudden death. In that case, that would count as negative marking only. Otherwise, no negative marking as such. So please put you will get a form. The form link would be shared to you in a few minutes when we start the quiz, and that would be pasted by Dr. Manjil on this chat only. So it's suggested that you keep the chat window open so that you can get the link. Once you get the chat, you click on the once you get the link on the chat, you click on the link and then go to that form and fill in the particulars. Your name and your email ID need to be entered mandatorily, and then I would suggest that you enter answers to any questions that even you don't know, because that way you won't forget the numbering. You won't answer questions in the wrong places. Any more queries? The time for each question is 15 seconds, as I have said already. So once I stop reading a question, from there it is 15 seconds. And please remember, I may be repeating some aspect of the question also, but the time will start when I finish reading it for the first time. Okay, so please make sure that you send your answers within the correct time. Okay, and you have to submit your answers before we close the Google form.
Someone is asking if there is any negative marking.
No, I already said there is no negative marking, at least not if there is no tiebreakers. If there are tiebreakers, it will be dependent on the number of start answers that you get correct. After that only sudden death will take into effect. Any more queries?
Can you please explain once again how to write the answers?
Okay, so you will get the Google form link in the chat. Okay, Dr. Manjal will be pasting it here on the chat. Once you get the link, you please open the link, okay, and then you fill in your particulars. So there would be question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, and space to write it. You will have to revert in between. You will have to switch in between the Zoom platform and that Google form. So first question will be asked here. You will have to go there and write your answer. Come back for the second question, write your answer there, come back again, write your answer there, like that. Understood? That's why it's preferable if yeah, after questions are over, a further 10 seconds for submission. Only a further 10 seconds. No, questions won't be there in the form. For reasons, of course, you all probably have participated in online quizzes, so because of evident reasons, we won't be having questions in the form or giving you more time. Normally, we would have given you more time, but because this is an online quiz, we'll have to restrict the time. I think that should be enough, the time. If there are no more questions, I think we'll start.
So one last question was sent. So maybe I can answer. Yes, new Google Form links will be provided after each set in the chat by me.
So after question number 5, again, after you will submit, you will get another form. We'll give you some time to fill in the form, 1 minute, and then again we'll start with the 6th question. Understood? Okay, best of luck. Dr. Manjal, please.
I'll close the chat, right?
Yeah, you close the chat. And they can view the form, right, in the chat?
Shall I send the link of the form now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Sent.
Okay, so please go to the link and then fill in your particulars. We'll give you 1 minute time to do that. Your email ID, the ID that you registered with, and your name, the name with which you have registered, those have to be there. You have to do this exercise 3 more times. I'm sorry for that, but that's how it rolls. So please fill in your particulars there. There would be 5 questions. You have to answer there only. Once you have filled in the particulars, please come back to the Zoom platform, so that when we start, you can have you see the screen. So I presume that you have all filled in your particulars in the form. So we'll move on to the next slide.
Can you please wait for another 10 seconds?
Sure, sir. The research for this quiz has been done by Dr. Arindam Fukan, Sukanya Lenhart, and me. Dr. Arindam is an anesthesiologist who is working in Assam Medical College. He is an assistant professor there. Sukanya Lenhart is a fluvial geomorphologist who is working in Pretoria. And I, as Manjal has already mentioned, I am a consultant biochemist at a private hospital in Shillong. Can we start, Manjal? Good to go?
Yes.
Okay. So link has already been pasted. So we'll move on. Best wishes. Here's the first question coming up. Okay. So all the audio and video questions that will be here, that won't be repeated. Okay. So you have to listen to them or see them very carefully. Okay. So you enjoy the song. We'll ask the question in the next slide. है प्रीत जहां की रीत सदा, है प्रीत जहां की रीत सदा, मैं गीत वहां के गाता हूँ, भारत का रहने वाला हूँ, भारत की बात सुना. Okay, here is your question. A comment followed by some verses about which number precede this song. Your time starts now. A comment followed by some verses about which number precedes this song. The answer is a number. I need a number. You need to write it down in the Google form. Time is up. We'll move on to the next question. On whose grave would you find this equation inscribed? The equation reads T is equal to hc cube divided by 8 pi gmk. Your time starts now. On whose grave would you find this equation? Pictorial representation also points towards the identity of the person. Whose grave? I need the name of a person here. Time's up. Next question. What are the names of the two bones highlighted in red? Basically, there are two images. What are the names of the two bones that are highlighted in red? Your time starts. The same bone is there in the first picture, second bone in the second picture. So, what are the names of the two bones highlighted in red? Of course, this is a mathematics quiz. You may wonder what is anatomy doing here. Time is up. Moving on to the next one, question 4. The Mars Climate Orbiter was a robotic space probe launched by NASA in 1998 to study the Martian climate, atmosphere and surface changes. Communication with the orbiter was permanently lost as it went into orbital insertion. What was determined to be the reason behind the orbital insertion failure? Time starts now. What was determined to be the reason behind the orbital insertion failure? A few words. For this, I will give you a further 5 more seconds. So, what was determined to be the reason behind the orbital insertion failure? Mars orbiter mission. Okay, time's up. Next question. In the novel If Tomorrow Comes by Sidney Sheldon, Jeff Stevens, a con artist, fools his brother-in-law and his friends to part with $250,000 by selling them a computing device called the Sukaba, S-U-K-A-C-A-B-A. He describes the mathematical computer thus: Sukaba has been extensively tested, is inexpensive, trouble-free and uses less power than any computer currently on the market. Sukaba will require no maintenance or parts for a minimum period of 10 years. Adding that he doesn't own the patent to the device. What do the buyers ultimately get for the princely sum of $250,000? Your time starts now. What do they ultimately get? It is described in all those words: inexpensive, trouble-free, uses less power, no maintenance and no patent owned by that particular person. Okay, you get a further time of 10 seconds to submit your answers. Please submit it now. We will be closing the form. Close the form now, please, Dr. Manjil.
Unfortunately, nobody has submitted. Okay, I see. Yeah.
Oh.
Shall I close?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Closing in 3, 2, 1. Closed.
Okay. Okay, we'll move on. Okay, answer sheets have been submitted, I presume. Okay, how many did you get, Manjil? It's submitted, na? Can you see?
51.
Okay. Okay, so please be careful about submitting it before we close it. Okay, please paste the next one. Paste the next link, please. This is the next link. Yeah, please see that it should read question number 6 to 10. I'm sorry I could not give you more time to answer. Ideally, we would like to give you at least 30 seconds, but well, this is how online quizzing goes. So, we will give you around 1 minute to fill in the particulars. Okay, I presume the form has been filled, the particulars have been filled, so we'll move ahead. Okay, that has been pasted. Okay, next question, question number 6 coming up. Okay, you kindly listen to the song very carefully. There are clues in the clip itself. Okay, the question will be asked in the next slide. Two-part question. Listen to the song very carefully.
It was jiggery pokery, trickery juggery. How did he open me up? Robbery muggery, Aussie skullduggery, out for a buggering duck. What a delivery, I might as well have been holding a child's balloon. Jiggery pokery, who is this nobody making me look a buffoon? Like an accident-prone balloon, 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 balloon.
Okay, here is your question. This is a song named after which mathematical formulation? What is being described in the song clip? Half points each. Time starts now. What mathematical formulation? Sorry, I'll rephrase the question. This is a song named after, this is a song by a band named after which mathematical formulation? I'll give you some time more. What is being described in the song clip? Okay, this is a song by a band named after which mathematical formulation? This is a song named after a band, named after which mathematical formulation? The band gets its name from a mathematical formulation. And what is being described in the song clip? Okay, time's up. Very sorry about that. Okay, question 7. The pen name of this gentleman is derived from a non-mathematical work of which mathematician? Time starts now. The pen name of this gentleman is derived from a non-mathematical work of which mathematician? Very famous person in the literary field, but gets his pen name from a non-mathematical work of a mathematician. Time's up. Next question, question number 8. If a patti consists of 1 gaja, 1 ratha, 1 ashwa and 5 padati, a senamukha of 3 patti, a gulma of 3 senamukha, gana, wahini, pritana, chamu and anikini, each consisting of numbers 3 times the preceding one, what does 10 anikini comprise of, or what is 10 anikini called? The time starts now. What does 10 anikini comprise, or what is 10 anikini called? See the names to lead to your answer probably. Okay, time is up. Question 9. Simple, name of the artwork and painter. 2 parts, half points each. Time starts now. What is the name of the artwork and who is the painter? Half points each. If you get 1 part correct, you will get half points. And your time is over. Next question, question 10. The Devil and Arthur Flegg is a short story by Arthur Porges written in 1954. In the story, Flegg sets the devil a task to be done within 24 hours, failing which he is guaranteed health and happiness as long as Flegg lives. What task does Flegg set the devil, something the author may have avoided had he written the story around half a century later, maybe around 51 years later? If he had written, the task may have been avoided, maybe he would have used something else. What task? Your time starts now. It was written in 1954. A task is set to the devil. What task is set to the devil? Something the author may have avoided if he had written the story around half a century or 51 years later. Time is up. Okay, please, okay, you will get a further 10 seconds to submit your answer sheets. Please submit before the 10 seconds are up. You can close the form now, Manjil. Please close the form now.
Okay, closing in 3, 2, 1, closed.
Okay, thank you. Please paste the third link, please. I hope we got more than 51 this time.
44.
Okay. Participants, please try and be fast while submitting the forms. We have given you extra time, far more than the 10 seconds that we have said that we'll give. I know it is a bit difficult, but okay, anyway, the third form is up. Please fill in your particulars. Okay, I presume everyone has put in their particulars. We'll move on with the next part of the quiz, question number 11. Enjoy the audio. Question will be asked in the next slide.
मेरे दिल को बहाए बेबी तेरा फ्लो मुझे मिलती है हाय जब नजदी गुलो हाथ लगदी है हाय गर्ल टोट लगदी है हाय गर्ल मेरे दिल को बहाए बेबी तेरा फ्लो मुझे मिलती है हाय जब नजदी गुलो हाथ लगदी है हाय गर्ल टोट लगदी है हाय गर्ल
इसको दीवानी फायर इन द पानी परफेक्ट प्रमोशन में पाई है जवानी बेबी फ्लोर की हीट है बढ़ानी सुन मेरी रानी प्लीज कर मेहरबानी आजा
Torca de beat, be booty beat, be booty beat, be booty. Tirka de beat, be booty beat, be booty beat, be booty boot.
Okay, this is a song from the movie A Flying Jet, featured on Tiger Shroff and Jacqueline. So the question is this. Further on in the song, we encounter the following lines. तेरे जैसा ना है कोई, तू है मिलियन में वन गर्ल, सारी दुनिया चक्कर खाती है जब करती है तू स्वर्ल, रोल करती जैसे बैरल, डैश वाला डैश, कर दूं इंटरनेट पे वायरल, तेरे ठुमके तेरे स्वर्ल. So since it is a song, obviously it has to be rhyming. So you have to fill in the two blanks to give me a two-word term. Fill in the two blanks to give me a two-word term. Your time starts now. Has to be rhyming with the previous line. रोल करती जैसे बैरल, डैश वाला डैश. And it's a mathematics quiz. You have to fill in the blanks to give me a two-word term. Time is up. Here's the next question, question 12. Okay, blanks are representative. So first blank, then 87539319, that is one number. 696347230924 another number. 4898865927696246 another number. 241531581254312 yet another number. You have to give me the preceding blank, that of course has to be a number, as well as a means of transport, half marks each. You have to give me the preceding blank, what is this first blank, as well as a means of transport. Two-part answer. What is the preceding blank, what number comes in the blank, as well as a means of transport. This is question number 12. Time is up. Next question, 13. It is a form of divination based upon assigning numerical value to a word or a phrase. In the Harry Potter series, it is a subject taught by Professor Septima Vector. What am I talking about? The time starts now. What subject? Hermione Granger took that subject in the Harry Potter series. Of course, Harry and Ron didn't. So, what subject are we talking about? That was taught by Professor Septima Vector in the Harry Potter series. Time is up. Next question, question number 14. What does this stump depict? A stump from Greece, what does it depict? Your time starts now. Look carefully. What does this stump depict? Something very fundamental. Please keep your mics on mute. What does this stump depict? Time is up. We move on to the next question. Long one. I need a work of art and the artist. The description is this. There are three sources of gravity, each being orthogonal to the two others. Each inhabitant lives in one of the gravity wells where normal physical laws apply. There are 16 characters spread between each gravity source, 6 in one and 5 each in the other two. The apparent confusion of the lithograph print comes from the fact that the three gravity sources are depicted in the same space. The structure has 7 stairways and each stairway can be used by people who belong to 2 different gravity sources. Which work of art from 1953 is being described here, something that has been referenced in movies as well as TV shows like The Simpsons and Futurama, and which you may relate to a famous scientist? Also, name the artist. Time starts now. Which work of art that has been referenced in many movies, shows, and which you can connect somehow to a very famous scientist, and also name the artist who did this work of art. This is question number 15. Time is up. So, we will wait a further 10 seconds for you to submit. Yeah, please submit your answer sheets now. Manjil, you can close the link, please.
Closing the form in 3, 2, 1, closed.
Okay.
48
Please,
responses.
Pardon?
48.
Okay. That's good. Okay. Please paste the final link. So, we will give you 1 minute to fill in the form. Last 5 questions. After we finish this, we will again run the PPT and we will give you the answers, and you will be able to attempt the answers via the chat. I will give you the names of the 8 finalists later in the evening via email. So, last 5 questions of this preliminary round coming up. I presume all of you have filled in your particulars. Here is question number 16. Okay, you will see a video. You need to identify the tabla player who is talking about the fields of music and mathematics. Okay, the time will start after the video ends.
I was born in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, but I grew up mostly in Long Island, New York. My ancestral homeland is in Jaipur, Rajasthan, India. There are a lot of academics in my family. My mother is a mathematician, and my grandfather was a professor of Sanskrit and ancient Indian history. A lot of mathematics I learned as a child was through what he taught me about the rhythms of Sanskrit poetry.
Okay, so who is this tabla player who is talking about the fields of music and mathematics? I need his name. Time starts now. Who is this gentleman who is talking about the fields of music and mathematics, talking about his ancestry, about his parents, his grandfather? Who is this person? Time is over. We move on to the next question. You can see two kind of literary undertakings. I'll read the second one. Glistening, sparkling, shining, rotating, high above the bed, spinning, keeping the bad dreams away with beads, hanging high from the dream catcher. What punny name is given to these literary undertakings, taking into account what they are and what they have to do? I don't need you to tell me what they do. I need you to give me the punny name which is given to these literary undertakings, taking into account what they are and what they help to do. The time starts now. What name is given to these kind of literary undertakings, for want of a better word? Time is up. Moving on to question number 18. Historically, the first specific dash 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 three blanks to receive extended study was the one involving the moon, earth and the sun. It is also the name of a Hugo Award winning novel. I think it is the first Hugo Award winning novel from Asia, and deals with a similar issue and whose name is the same as the blanked out words. Give me the three blanked out words. The three blanked out words, what are they? Time starts now. Also the name of a Hugo Award winning novel, first Hugo Award winning novel from Asia that deals with a similar issue. What are the three blanked out words here? Time is up. Moving on to the next question. Question 19, the penultimate one. This gentleman tried out for the 1948 London Olympics marathon and placed 5th in the trials with a time only 11 minutes slower than the eventual British silver medalist Thomas Richards. He is said to have occasionally run 40 miles to London to attend meetings. When asked why he ran so hard in training, he replied, "I have such a stressful job that the only way I can get it out of my mind is by running hard. It's the only way I can get some release." Which enigmatic personality are we talking about? Which enigmatic personality are we talking about? Time starts now. Who is this gentleman who was fond of running long distances, and he thought that it was a way of getting some release? So who is this gentleman that we are talking about? Time is up. Moving on to the last question of this prelims. The Pioneer plaques are a pair of gold anodized plaques placed on board the Pioneer 10 and 11 spacecrafts, featuring a pictorial message in case they are intercepted by intelligent extraterrestrial life. What do these lines that you see here, this is a part of the plaque, not the whole plaque. So what do these 14 lines in the plaques denote? What do these 14 lines denote? There is another one line that goes far beyond this your field of vision here. So what do these lines denote? The time starts now. And the same picture was also used in the Voyager aircraft also, not aircraft, probe, Voyager probe. The same picture with these 14 lines, this was used in the Voyager probe also. Okay, time is up, so we'll give you a further 10 seconds to submit, and this will bring us to the end of the prelims of this second annual mathematics quiz. I hope you have done well, and Manjil, you can close the form now, please.
Closing the form in 3, 2, 1, closed.
Okay.
48 responses.
48 responses. Okay. Okay. So answer sheets have been submitted. Form has been closed. Okay. So we'll move ahead and give you the answers. Okay. Could you please open the chat for everyone.
Done.
Okay, so I'll put the questions up on the screen. If you want to attempt, you can attempt on the chat, please. Okay, please don't speak it out, just attempt on the chat, and we'll see. We won't run the audio and video files. Okay, first question was a comment followed by some verses about which number precedes this song. This song was Hai Preet Jahan Ki Reet Sada. So people want to try. Which number? Is anyone trying? Yes, indeed, this is 0. The song was this. The verses were this.
जब जीरो दिया मेरे भारत ने मेरे भारत ने दुनिया को तब गिनती आई तारों की भाषा भारत ने दुनिया को पहले सिखलाई.
Okay, so this was from the song Purab and Paschim, so in which Manoj Kumar's character is berated by Pran that India is 0. So he starts with these verses and then the song picks up Hai Preet Jahan Ki Reet Sada. So good answer by Khyati and Pradyumna. Next question. On whose grave would you find this equation? Yes, and what is this equation about? If you can tell me. This is indeed Stephen Hawking, and this is about the temperature at the center of a black hole. So yes, Stephen Hawking will give you full points. Here lies what was mortal of Stephen Hawking. So that would give you full points. Okay, next one. What are the names of the two bones? So mathematics quiz and anatomy lesson. So what are the two bones? Let's see. Yes, Cyan. Of course, a doctor in the making would answer correctly. Yes, indeed, this one is the radius and this is trapezium. Okay, radius and trapezium, which are also mathematical terms and which are also the names of two bones in the human body. So this was question 3. Question 4. Mars climate orbiter, what was the reason behind the orbital insertion failure? Can anyone try? Yes, unit conversion wrong, metric unit conversion error is okay. Didn't follow metric system, sorry, we cannot give didn't follow metric system, but if there is 2 unit or conversion error, unit conversion, that is okay. Okay, so the answer is this, that there was a measurement mismatch between the metric and imperial units, metric or non-metric units, because of which it crashed. Okay, next question. Okay, Sukaba. So what did he sell as Sukaba? Ayush writes abacus, and if you see that Sukaba, S-U-C-A-B-A, spelled backwards, is abacus. So indeed he sold an abacus for $250,000 in that novel If Tomorrow Comes by Sidney Sheldon. Great answering. Okay, next one. Okay, this was the Jigari Pokari one, I think. Yes, so band named after which mathematical formulation? I am sorry, I put the question wrong. And the answer and what is described in the song clip, Jaman has written an answer. Yes, complete answer. This is indeed the Duckworth-Lewis method and Ball of the Century by Seinwar. So Duckworth-Lewis method is the name of the band. The song was Jigari Pokari. So very sorry about that mistake. And this is half points each, Duckworth-Lewis method and Ball of the Century. Next one. Pen name of this gentleman is derived from a non-mathematical work by which mathematician? Okay, it is indeed Omar Khayyam. And what was the work? Not that it is required for points to be given. Yes, Rubaiyat. So this gentleman is Hector H. Munro, who took his pen name Saki from the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. Omar Khayyam will give you full points. Next one. So what was this? What does 10 anikini comprise of? all this Patti, Gaja, Ratha, Swa, Senamukha and all these. So, what does 10 Anikini comprise of? We are talking mythology, we are talking tactics, we are talking war. It is Akshauhini. Yes, Sayan is correct. There were 7 Akshauhinis in Pandava's army, while there are 11 in Kaurava's army in the Mahabharata war. So, 18 Akshauhinis in total. Okay, next one. Name of the artwork, painter. 2 parts. Newton and William Blake is the complete answer. If you have written 1 part, you will get half marks. Okay, next. Okay, what did Flag ask the devil to do? What task did he set? Okay, he asked the devil to prove Fermat's last theorem. So, he could not, because at that time it was not proved, and it was later proved by Andrew Wiles in 95. So, probably if Arthur Porges has written his story after 95, he would not have used this example, maybe another of the clay millennium problems, I don't know. Okay, next one. That was the Boot Pe Booty song. So, Khyati Vyas knows her lyrics. Yes, indeed, this is Fibonacci spiral, Fibonacci wala spiral, roll karti jaise barrel, Fibonacci wala spiral. So, Fibonacci spiral was the 2-word term that I was looking for. Okay, next one. Preceding blank, that is what is the number and the means of transport. Yes, 1729 and taxi cab or taxi. Okay, so these are taxi cab numbers. So, 1729 and taxi or taxi cab will give you full points. Next one. Professor Septima Vector is a teacher of which subject? Arithmancy is the correct answer. This is arithmancy, a subject taken by Hermione Granger in the Harry Potter series. If arithmancy is there in the answer, that is acceptable. Okay, next one. What does this stump depict? A stump from Greece, something fundamental. Of course, it is the Pythagoras theorem. You can see the squares, 2 sides and the hypotenuse. So, this is the Pythagoras theorem. And next question, which work of art and the artist? What was I describing? This is Relativity by Escher is correct, Relativity by M.C. Escher, this being the lithograph in question. Next one, the tabla player who was talking about the fields of music and mathematics. So, fields was a clue there. I was looking for a fields medalist, and that was Manjul Bhargava, one of the 2 Indian origin fields medalists, and he won it in 2014. Question 17. What punny name is given to these literary undertakings? So, these poems help us to find out the value of pi, right, when to narrate the value of pi. So, pi plus poem, it is poem, poem or poems is acceptable. Yeah, yes, remember the digits of pi, that is not needed. If you have written pi, poem, it is okay, poem or poems is acceptable. Next one, the first dash 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 to receive extended study, also a novel by Cixin Liu, winner of the Hugo Award, 3-body problem. Yes, 3-body problem will give you full marks. Next one, who is this gentleman, this enigmatic personality? So, I think most of you would have got it correct, enigmatic personality being the clue. This is indeed Alan Turing. And the last question, what do these 14 lines in the plaques denote or depict? What are these 14 lines about in the Pioneer plaques? Not the solar system as such, you will need to be more precise. Distance from the nearest quasars, binary numbers are there, but only binary numbers won't give you points. Well, this is distance from the distance of 14 pulses from the sun or coordinates of sun in the galaxy. Any answer approximating this would be acceptable. Okay. So, these were the answers to the 20 questions that I had asked. So, I hope you enjoyed the prelims, and we'll be checking your answers in a little while from now. Hopefully by 2 to 3 hours we'll be able to send you the mails with the results. So, if you have any feedback, you can give it here on the WhatsApp group or maybe to the organizers. We'd be very happy to hear what you think of it.